What up, what up, what up? Welcome back, welcome back, welcome back. What up, gang? Appreciate you tapping in once again, because if you're looking at this video, that means you've been rocking with me. And if it's your first time, I appreciate that too. Like, comment, subscribe, and hit that notification bell as I continue to bring you heat. You know, in between uploads, I try to educate myself on some platform of this YouTube life. And whether it's content editing, building your subscribers, and on, I appreciate the little nuggets that I gain along the way. I've even participated in some webinars, master classes, etc., etc. And it's really helping me to build a couple of different things that I got going on. One I've told you about before, the coursework that I'm going to be creating so that you can register and get that. But then the other one is a dream and a passion that I've had for a while. It's an invention that I want to get out. So I really enjoy the learning aspect of YouTube and YouTubing. And one of the things I heard more recently was people come to YouTube for two reasons: to be educated or entertained. And I know that I'm a wonderful entertainer. People always tell me, like, you know, I'm the smile in the room. I brighten up the place. But here we are in this virtual world and you don't know me. And I think in a relationship or just in the open world where I can interact with other people, it would be a lot more entertaining. But me being a single person, living alone, don't even have my fur baby yet. Moment of silence. So it's kind of hard to entertain you that way. So I thought, let me take heed to that message and figure out what my niche is and what I feel like I'm confident in educating people on. And I came up with two things: mental health and parenting, child rearing, things of that nature. First and only soda today. I just had my wonderful Sunday dinner. I'm going to do my OMAD today, 1 meal a day. And later I'm going to just break down some veggies and have a helpful snack. All right, so stay tuned. Again, let me bring you close. Oh, I was reading a text message, my bad. Like, comment, subscribe, hit the notification bell. Peace. All right, so in this series, I'm going to be bringing you 3 to 4 short video segments about attachment, secure attachment, insecure attachment, prenatal attachment. And if you stay tuned to the end of every video, I'm going to also give you what I'll call a parenting tip, a little extra credit for you. That may help someone in properly, I don't want to say disciplining, but properly aligning, transitioning your child to understand rules and transitions and routines. So where I'm going to start with this is what is attachment actually? Attachment is when you develop a bond or a kind of unspoken word with your child. And this attachment, like I said, starts prenatally. When the child is in the womb, whether you know this or not, they are able to feed off of your emotions and your personality. Your child is already in the womb developing whatever your emotional state is and however you address and handle those emotions. What I mean by that, if you're a crier, you're teaching that child in the womb to be a crier. If you scream and yell a lot, you're teaching that child in the womb not only to scream and yell a lot, but also then they're going to be a little more fragile and frigidy and jumpy and uncertain of the world. Another thing that you want to think about when you talk about attachment is the way that we then move about the world. If you think about a child trying to walk, at first they're very fearful. They're holding on. They're checking it out. They want to manage that step. They're looking to the adults for the confirmation if I can do this. And then they're going to take that chance. And what you do after that determines how safe and secure they feel. If you grab the child that falls and say, good job, let's go at it again, or you did well, you can do this, that child's going to get out there and try it again, and that child's going to be walking a lot faster. But if you jump and you scream and you say, oh, no, it's okay, and you work until they're crying, that child's not going to be so quick to take the next step. And all of this is based on what attachment they've gained to you and whether or not they see you as a person that they can trust. So, in a separate video, I'm going to tell you 5 different things that you could do to help develop a secure attachment. And what we mean by secure attachment is when the parent understands the child's cues and the child begins to respond more securely in a way to those cues. Example, if a child cries because they're hungry and within a reasonable amount of time, the parent feeds them. And then later a child cries because they're cold or they've soiled their diaper, but the first thing the parent does is feed them. Then there's a disconnect. The parent is not picking up on the appropriate cue, so now that child's going to have to escalate or act out more or cry harder to get the parent to know that this is not my hungry cry. This is my I need my diaper change cry. And sometimes it could be I just need to feel you closer, or we take for granted that to something this small we appear this big. And we don't concept, when you're in a room with a baby and another person walks in, even if it's a sibling, a shorter person, that person still looks like a giant to that child. So if that child doesn't trust you to protect them, they're going to cry, they're going to act out, they're going to do what they need to do for you to move them into safety. And all we think to do is feed the baby when the baby's crying. Then you're not picking up on the right cues and you're going to get a more frustrated and fussy baby. So that's one of the things when we want to talk about secure attachment. Another thing is the timeline. Again, I spoke prenatally. You have to start in the womb. Again, I'm going to speak on those interactions and those ways to do so in my next video. But right now, I'm just needing you to understand the idea of secure and insecure attachment. So starting in the womb means that from day one, from the time we get the notification or the can tell I'm not a grandma yet. And all my babies are grown. Help me out, y'all. I know everybody that got a baby is saying it. What is the thing that we all be so excited to? Ultrasound. Shaking my head. Anyway, when we get that ultrasound and we find out that there is actually a life in us, that can almost be too late too, depending on how soon you find out. But anyway, from that moment on, you really have to be strategic about your interactions with your child in the womb. Because if we don't want chaos, we have to do things proactively to prevent chaos. It is very difficult to make a misbehaving child behave. It is much easier to discourage the misbehavior before it even exists, if that makes sense to you. We have to concept this, again, the timeline, before 7 or 8 months of age. I didn't say years. 7 or 8 months of age. If you have not developed a secure attachment with your child by the 8th month, you are in for a difficult journey. I can't be any more clearer about that. The fortunate part is someone adjacent to the original caregiver can provide this and allow that child to feel some secure attachment. But if it does not come from the primary caregiver by the 8th month, the child will grow up with difficulties and more opportunities for adjustment. I don't like when people call kids bad, because there is no bad child. There is a child who has been misguided. And that's just the truth. So we've talked about the insecure attachment. The secure attachment. I'm sorry. Checking my notes because I want to make sure I hit all my points. But this is a soapbox for me. I could literally have this whole conversation without looking down. And I want to make it conversational, but I also want you to understand the educational benefits in what I'm telling you. Because just like the book I put out, Parenting 911, will someone please help our children? I will attach a link for the Amazon link to that, and I will also put up a picture of that book somewhere in this video. So look for it. Anyway, but that book needs editing. That book is a very short read that's unedited, but it's 911 for a reason. And that's why I felt like I could not keep waiting to perfect it to put it out. It is a 911. So that's secure attachment. Let me talk to you a little bit about insecure attachment. When you can't read those baby's cues, when the baby has realized that you're not only not able to help them, you're not able to properly protect them. And so you're going to get more opposition because the baby doesn't feel, 1, nurtured by you, and 2, protected by you. Very important. Think about that. If you're in a relationship with someone who you feel like is going to protect you, you're safer and you're calmer when trouble comes your way. But if you're in a relationship with somebody who you don't feel like got your back or cannot protect you, when trouble comes your way, you uneasy because you know you got to fend for yourself, right? Same way a baby feels. So, insecure attachment. Another thing I want to point out about that is not only do you not read the cues, you're not even purposely affectionate. And I need to do my pause. And my grandparent, grandparent, auntie, school teacher, WIC worker, old doctor. I don't know who else maybe need to know this, but the research shows sorry, another message. Maybe I cut that out. They just taking money out of my account on a Sunday. Who does that? People that want their money. Okay, back to what I was saying. There is no such thing. There's times when I need to bring you close. You see me? Can you see me? There is no such thing as spoiling a child. They need to be held. They need to feel warm, safe, loved, and protected. Like I stated in the next video, I'm going to give you 5 tips and identify some interactions that help establish secure attachment. But just know, without it, there's automatically going to be trouble. So when these people talk about spoiling the baby, trust me, the more you love me up front, the less I'm going to act out for your love. So why wouldn't the baby be the same way? Think about it. You know, if you give, well, you know, you feel like if you give that person you were in a relationship with enough love, time, and attention, if you feed into what they need, you feel that they're less likely to step out on you, right? You feel that they're less likely to be disharmony in your home, right? So why isn't the same thing with the baby? Okay? Anything else I want to speak on this before we roll out? The just unfortunate fact, is, like I said about that 8th month, okay, I'm going to end it with this. If they do not get it, when you try to give it to make up because now they're acting out so bad that you just want them to behave, like when you start trying to, you know, give them all the ice cream and give them all the candy and give them bottles when they don't need it and putting juice and pop and everything else inappropriately in their mouth, just because you didn't pick up on the cues back yonder, and you trying to do whatever you can to get them to shut up and get off your nerves, right? Kill it. Because all they're doing now is seek and resist with you, seek and resist with you, seek and resist with you, seek and resist with you. It's dysfunctional because you made it so. So, get it together. Get it together. Get it together. What happens in the future? Always one yawn in the video at least. What happens in the future with this insecure attachment? And I'm going to speak on, again, there's going to be multiple videos. So if you really care, if this is important to you, if you're a new parent, if you're a caregiver, if you're a grandmother, if you're anybody that will have an interaction or effect on a child's life, tune in to all bits of these segments, okay? Every episode will be worth it. They will all intertwine and connect together because attachment is the groundwork to social, emotional interactions for the rest of your life. Remember that. There is a large part of things that are environmental, and a psychologist will argue with the sociologist all day long. Is it because of man or is it because of his environment? Well, guess what? It's because of both. But if his man part was all messed up, then the environment has that much more potential of affecting the man. If he gets strong here, he's better equipped to deal with here. All right? I'm going to leave it like that for this video 1. Stay tuned for 2, 3. Looking at my notes here alone, I know we're going to have at least 3 pieces to this. So, maybe 4. Now, I said at the end of each video, I will give you a parenting tip. So, the tip we got here, second y'all, my apologies. I actually have an archived YouTube video from way early 2000 on this. I did it for one of my classes. But anyway, positive reinforcement to help with negative behavior. This is for those people who missed the mark for whatever reason, not name, blaming, gaming, pointing fingers, or judging. But you have difficulty. So what you do is you try to discipline. You're whooping, or you're timing out. Or sometimes I tell parents, take everything out the room. Take everything. Take everything they like. Well, guess what? If you didn't develop those cues properly, none of that is going to work. So now you're mad and you're punishing. Well, I taught a whole series on positive rewards for positive interactions will lessen negative interactions. What do you mean, Facerlin? I'm glad you asked. When the child is not doing the behavior that you have a problem with, you reward them. Thank you for not banging on the tables today. I really appreciated how we had a quiet dinner. Thank you for picking up your room without me asking for it. I really appreciate the way you've taken on responsibility. Thank you for turning in all your homework this week without me getting on you. The teacher and I are really pleased with your new behavior. Okay? Try it out. Let me know. One that works if you have multiple children. The one that's acting out, disregard. Reward the children who aren't. They will feel better. They will learn that that's not how you get mommy's attention. And that other child that's acting out is going to want to pull it together because I want a treat too. What about me, mommy? Give it a try. To the next one. Peace.